Well, hello everyone. I'm just gonna get three things off my chest here real quick. One, no one knows how to do the Spectre rooms or armory boxes here, so I'm gonna be explaining that. And the two I can just talk about immediately, right? One, I'm gonna try and lean away and do some more funny or commentary sort of stuff, just like this, right? And less educational stuff, right? And the third thing is, the only one of these I'm going to do next is probably Valkyrie for my sister, right? And the reason that is because I just, don't feel like anyone here cares about this sort of stuff, It's just, it's weird to me. I don't know. I'm trying to get more joyful stuff out, just not... Everyone knows how to do most of this stuff. This is old, right? Except for Castle. This is what I'm doing for Castle, right? Anyhow, I'll get right into the rules of these boxes, because I have to tell people about this. No one knows how to do these things, apparently. It's... The more Spectres you kill, the more boxes you will be able to unlock. There's 4 on each side of these things, totaling to 8 boxes that you can earn in total, right? And the more Spectres you kill, not the higher tier loot you'll get, the more loot you'll get. If you paid close attention earlier, you'll see that I got 2 blue light mags, right? From one box. Not because I have 2 light weapons, right? Because I have, an alternator and just gave me 2, right? It's quantity, not quality. So that's out of the way, right? And there's boxes specified for you, right? So please do not steal other people's boxes. I hate it when that happens. And I'm running out of time here, so we'll get right into Castle. Castle, he's pretty interesting. He's the only character with a versus character special animation like this, right? And if you notice there, the red shield turns in white when I pick it up. I'll talk about that later. And as you can see, it's just nays on it. If you want audio-less, if you want me not talking over it, then go check out my other video on it, right? But now to get into the abilities and tacticals and stuff, right? His passive is weird. He can revive teammates with the knockdown shield and walk around, or crawl around with it, more like it, right? And it's specified to whatever type of knockdown shield. So if I drop that gold one and come pick up a purple one or whatever, right? It'll have less health than the actual purple knockdown, right? But, it has 500 still, so it's going to be tough if you're trying to just shoot it out, unless you're playing Rampart, right? And, you can walk around with it, you can move with it, and you don't have to hold it, but if you fall down most of the time, it will cancel it out, okay? It will cancel out the thing, but that ledge there wasn't big enough to drop it because it didn't split us too far away from it, okay? And what I'm going to try and show you here is that characters' legends super abilities, right? Some abilities will kick you out of it, like Octane's jump pad, or what I'm going to show you now. You just finish this guy, and I'll just let this whole clip play out, okay? Just show you the different abilities that kick you out of it, okay? Okay, look, that idiot never covered the actual rest of the shield colors, right? So I'm gonna be doing that. And, first off, we're gonna be covering blue one, right? Blue one has 250 health, right? You saw that right there, and its shield is blue, which is a warning to you guys, by the way. It will show the enemy's shield color. So if you see a gold shielded castle, you can push that, because, if you down him, he's got a gold knockdown, so don't keep it on your sight too long. Then white, and then the gold, obviously, right? Or the purple, right? So, this is me going back to playing Minecraft. Anyhow. You get the idea. Purple and gold have the same health. It's just the fact that, coloration. So you don't really need to even give him the colorations for the gold one. Okay? Just, there's a fair warning to you, I guess, right? So just, keep that in mind. He's not the whole hog of it, right? But another thing, we're actually gonna, let the, rest of the cancellations finished, so I'll shut up for that one.
Why, thank you, dear. Void jumping. Punching a tunnel. Good. Got my ultimate ready.
Buster down.
Thanks.
Up and at it. We need you.
Void running.
Buster down.
And that's about it. That's about it for all the true canceling things, right? And Death Totem only works if you get sent back to the totem shield. So if the guy runs around your shield and just shoots at you dead, then it sends you back, and he doesn't get to go with you, so it's fine. But yeah, there it is. So that, you know, if it cancels, it won't do the thing that Revenant does. But that's fine. So anywho. And I think we're going to move on to his ability, where the football throw is, what do I like to call it? Yeah, just teabag that knockdown shield. You don't need it. Anywho, like I said, we're going to move on to the tactical. And first off the bat, you can see it goes pretty far, right? But the thing is, most of the time, it drops like a rock, where wherever you see it pinged at is where the redirect function of it goes to, right? See its little thing, and I can ping it around everywhere and just kind of, you know, aim it wherever I want. It'll sometimes decide to spin in the direction you want it to spin. Like, see where I'm trying to do there? That's the description of Castle. Just inkin bloody system, right? And when I first saw this thing and I saw it had 200 health, or I thought it had 200 health, right? Until I thought, hey, you know what? Let's see how many shots it takes from a Kraber to nail this thing, right? So I get my buddy here to, you know, pick up a Kraber, and then I re-throw it to him. So, you know, let's see, you know, just take a Kraber, you know, take her, you know, cushion, and I thought I should have died there, or at least gone white. And then the third shot. So I thought, man, maybe it might be not, you know, no matter how much damage it takes, right? You know, it might just take 3 shots. So I just, you know, let it run out again. And, just kind of sit here for a moment while it recharges here. So I just swap back and forth between Revenant. So then I can throw it out immediately again. And I'm like, hey, dude, can you go grab a Bokek? And, you know, let's see if it is 3 shots. Because, you know, Bokek just right? Just tap fire, and it does barely any damage. So let's see how much it is. And then, you know, I believe it is 250 health, which is why with that nerf, or it might be 300. I haven't actually checked. Or it's inconsistent, at least for me, right? Because I'll deal 250 damage to it with my guns, but apparently nerfed Bokek is that bad, right? So it's weird. And you can throw it pretty far, like I said, but it's fine. Also, there's a rare animation that I haven't been able to grab footage of just yet, where he'll lick his he'll lick his fingers and measure the wind, right? But then we have his ultimate, right? Normally, you know, if you just have his ultimate and you aim right with it, you can go up to 35 meters with it. and it's kind of useless when you have a full team behind you, right? But if you do have teammates, it can follow them past that for up to 70 meters, like you'll see just here in a second, right? So I'll let that play.
Might be something good this way.
You got it.
Okay, never mind. It bugged out for me. I don't get why, but I don't really get that. It's weird. It didn't show the UI, so I just kind of thought it didn't work. But it does do 70 meters. I have it in game. It also is kind of good when jumping onto a player, right? Because it deals 20 damage. Not tick, but each time the electricity on them goes away, it will do, a bit of slow and doesn't restrict your ADS. So you can look around as fast as you want, you just can't run. That's all it does, and it does 20 damage a second. So, there's a couple of little niches with it, right? Like, you can jump, you can't activate it on zip lines. Like, I'll show you here, right? You can't activate it off of zip lines. You can't even pull it out. But if you jump off, activate it midair, and then throw it down, you can. You plenty can, right? And, it's got 5 segments with each having 750 health, right? The 2 little barriers, and then the 3 pillar-like barriers on each side, right? And you can still redirect the shield. And not yet, not the castle wall, right? Anyways, letting that happen. Another thing about it is you can put it in smaller corridors than it actually is, but it will only put up like one of the little segments here, and you can remove each one of these, right? Just singular if you want to, right? And it perfectly lines up with blocking a door, like I'll show you in just a second. But yeah, like I said, it still stuns, it still zaps, all that, right? It's just the only thing that's guaranteed to actually go up is that middle pillar, right? Which can act like a lifeline wall if you really want it to, right? Another thing I'll show you is that it can, once you jump to a teammate, right? It can, you can turn around mid-air and throw it to another direction, despite where you were landing, right? And here it is in game. This is my in-game thoughts of him, right? So I'm looking around, I see these guys are on us, right? So I decided to jump here, and I got him right where I want him, right? So I can start lining them up. I suck, but it's the alternate, so you can't blame me. I put my shield because I hear he's jumping on me. I start lighting him up. He's damaged, and I have fortified as well. That's another thing. 15% less damage on this guy, and I can't live with him. So he's comically large. I'm not too good with him, and like his shield can do as many times as you want, you can redirect your attention to any other legend, right? Which is a good thing because I can't use this guy. I don't get it, right? Look at his, look at this guy. He is comically large, right? He needs fortify. They need to buff fortify for him. I can redirect my attention to anybody else. And his emotes are just, Octane's emotes are like, yeah, ding ding ding. He's got a thermite, ding ding, right? He's throwing it around, and he's just wow, and then he just kind of stands there. Yeah. And then boing, 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 and he goes infinite, and then okay, there's lackluster one. This one is just a reskin skydiving emote, but on the ground, right? But then we got his emotes, right? And he's got whoa, he's just ching, and that's it. And then he's got boing, and slam. It's pretty cool. Which is why I was wondering why his shield is so inconsistent about when it stays white, and then this is football dancing, and I bet his holo sprays aren't even worse, right? Wham, defense, hometown hero, I bring justice, and Apex. We already talked about this. Just because you like memes doesn't... What? In my game? My Apex Legends? What? What? Okay, now with all that out of the way, right? We're gonna do one last little thing here. This is one of the last clips I got during season 12, right? Just me jumping around here. Anyway, right? I don't get Castle. For me, he's useless at worst, but inconsistent at best, and I don't get it too much. I mean, there's wizard lizards like my friend Broly the God that I'm playing with right now on that server, right? On that just random fire ring server, right? But it's just, to me, it seems awkward at most, you know what I mean? It's... Some people are going to be able to play him better than me. I get that. I probably shouldn't be the only one here doing the tutorial. That's why YouTubers exist, right? And I just... Even his shield, whenever it comes off... I have a red skin for it, right? Where it's red. And then he, like, throws it down in one of his emotes and his finishers. And it comes down white. Like, I don't get this. Why is this a thing? It's just... It's weird. But I'll see you around. See ya.